Welcome back. It's Katawa Shoujo again. Welcome. That was a weird way of saying that. Yeah. So this again, very important scene. I think getting closer to the end every day, of course, obviously. Um, yeah. Sorry about the last episode. The audio was dead. I didn't mean for that to happen. It's funny too because in the beginning I was like, "Oh, the music's so loud." I turned it down, but you couldn't hear it anyway. I guess my desktop audio was like turned really low, so hopefully you can hear it now. I didn't read that. I wrap my knuckles around her on her door, and soon she calls me in. Lily sits at the table inside her room, looking a little worse for wear. Guess that's because of the bad news. Following her gesture of invitation, I just sit across from her and lay Hanako's things on the table. Well, there's no point in either of us waiting. Would you mind going first, Asao? What happened today? My memory of the incident is already beginning to fade, mainly because it was actually like a couple days ago, so I don't fully remember what happened, but I explain it as best as I can to Lily. Inviting Hanako to work with the group, Shizune and Misha's questioning, our foray of town getting discovered, subsequent panic attack. I had Shizune's reaction almost as an afterthought, but Lily seems to take kind of comfort in hearing about it. That's good. I guess rivals don't become rivals for no reason. There must be some history there, but now isn't the time to explore it. True. I see. She said her therapist sessions were helping, but I had my doubts. It's quite a shame. Her birthday has caused problems before, but I had hoped she would have improved with you around and the most intense therapy. Where's Hanako now? Last time I saw her, she was in the infirmary. I guess she's gone back to her room by now. She wasn't in the library or the tea room when I checked, so I can only assume that too. You said you also had some bad news. What's the matter? Does it concern Hanako? That's weird that you'd say that. Lily shifts her position. Maybe she's just like having her own bad news and she's like your friend, bro. That's weird. Lily shifts her position, the body's way of saying she's searching for the right words. My aunt has fallen gravely ill. I'm afraid I'll be heading back to Scotland to visit her. Spend some time with my family. What? Is she alright? When do you leave? I'm not altogether sure of exactly how she's faring at the moment. Though last I heard she was stable. I'll be leaving Saturday. It's the earliest flight I could get. Stable. That's code for she needs to stay in the hospital. I've been stable long enough to know that. But to know that doesn't necessarily mean someone is in good condition, merely treading water. On the upside, stable is much better than critical condition. At least she's not on the brink of death. Stable. That's a relief. Yes, but this means that I won't be here for Hanako's birthday. I wanted to tell you now so we could think of something before we told Hanako, but after today's events, I'm not sure if there's even going to be an issue if we simply cancel the party. I don't think that's such a good idea. Hanako already knows that we're planning a party now. To go back on that seems like the wrong thing to do. Why don't you just, like, before she leaves, be like, hey, we're going to do a party tomorrow or whatever this weekend. Like, if you're going to leave right away, there's no reason to do it on her birthday, you know, and especially now that she knows. Also, we should do something for your going away, right? That's weird. No. You make it sound as if I won't be coming back. If all goes well, I should be away for a week, though possibly two. That's one relief at least. With that in mind, what do you suggest then? Given the circumstances, I don't think karaoke is really appropriate. You're not going away for the greatest of reasons, so having too much fun would feel wrong. What did you do for her birthday last year? Just sat and drank tea, probably. I literally couldn't get her out of her room. She locked the door. All I could do was leave food outside for her, making sure she was at least eating well. This piano is crazy right now. It's popping off. This is perhaps the most depressed I've ever seen Lily and heard Lily act. I feel sorry for her, given how defeated she must be to... The music stopped and I got really nervous because I was just reading on the spot. Given how defeated she must feel to be unable to help her closest friend. Perhaps it would be better to throw a party before you leave then. That does sound like it would be the easiest option. Okay, well, that was what I suggested. You don't have to call it the easiest option. I think we should at least tell Hanako both about your trip and her party. I have her things from class as well. That's a good point. Should we go and visit her now? I think that would be a good idea. Part of me is dying to see Hanako. The last time I saw her, she looked like death walking. These last few hours have torn me apart just thinking about that. We quietly get up and file out of Lily's room. Hanako's room is next door, is the same hallway. In the same hallway. Knocking lightly gets us no response, but the door proves to be unlocked. Lily pauses for a moment as the handle unexpectedly moves under her hand before opening the door. Oh shit, her room is whiter. Why is ours so yellow? That's weird. Hanako's room is starting... Wait, wasn't Lily's just yellow too, or was it pink? Hanako's room is startlingly bare and monotone. Why is that startling? She doesn't seem like the type to decorate a whole lot. There are no decorations on the plain white walls, a plain dark blue blanket, and only a few books, papers, and purely utilitarian items on the shelves. Even her bed sheets are monochrome. The entire room feels as subdued as Hanako's character. That's weird that you say that. Oh. Hanako herself is laying curled up on the bed. She may not be crying now, but her eyes are closed tightly to stop herself. She's crying. She's literally crying. Her closed tightly to stop herself, and the tracks left by her tears still sit on her reddened cheeks. I quietly walk in and set her bag on her desk, after afraid of startling her too much. Hello, Hanako. Isao told me about what happened today. Are you alright? Oh, she's dead inside, dude. Hanako's eyes open, though only a little. I'm okay. Oh, now she's cute. Okay. She tilts her head slightly to look at me, noticing my grimacing before I could hide it. Sorry for making you worry. Really, I'm fine now. She doesn't look nor sound okay, though at least she seems more calm than she was before. She still looks as if the slightest breath could emotionally break her. I said it before, right? You don't need to be sorry for this. Sounds right. I shouldn't have hidden something like a birthday celebration from you. See Hanako shiver at the word. Lily picks up on the silence that follows and crouches down to Hanako's level. I'm the one who should be sorry, Hanako. Hanako's eyes open to peer at Lily. She looks at Lily for some time, digging in her face with those dark, analytic eyes of hers. Lily must have made the right impression on her, as Hanako recovers enough to prop herself up on the bed and shift to the sitting on its side. What? Herself on the bed and shift to sitting on its side? Does it mean like her side? Or like the bed side? Oh, the bed side. Hanako worries about many things, but troubling others is foremost amongst them. Oh. Hearing Hanako shuffling, Lily moves forward and feels the side of the bed, eventually taking a seat beside her and taking Hanako's left hand in both of hers. The feeling of me being out of place when the two are together has lessened the time that we've known each other, but it's occasionally very much there. This is one of those times, I think. You could get on the bed too, so just take her other hand. Lily, if you want me to go... I don't want that. Lily and I are both surprised at Hanako mustering her courage. A half mumbled, okay, is all I can give her in reply. I take her chair to sit in. Hanako, I'm afraid I have some bad news. So Lily's going to break the news now, with Hanako having affirmed our relationship so clearly. Perhaps Lily thought the timing was good, or at least as good as it will ever be. My aunt has fallen ill, so I need to return to my family for a time. Concern replaces Hanako's remorseful expression. Your family? You mean in Scotland, right? That's right. Akira and I will be leaving Saturday. So you're going away? I won't be gone for long. Probably only a week or two. I'll be back before you know it, and Miss Out will be here, right? That's right, I'm not going anywhere. Hanako seems to take only minor comfort in this. Jeez. But she does manage to summon some resolve from somewhere inside her. My mic's being recorded. Let's go. I'll just make sure. Is your aunt gonna be alright? I'm not sure. Silence falls. It's depressing that the thing to truly bring Hanako out of her rut is her aunt and others' misfortune. I decided to bring up the other matter that brought us here, to distract at least in part from the dismal feeling permeating the room. Anyway, we were thinking that it would be a good idea to have a going away party for Lily, and it could double as... yeah. I cut myself off before mentioning her birthday, as that seems to be a trigger for such a fierce emotions within her. Lily gives Hanako's hand a gentle squeeze. Is that alright by you, Hanako? It won't be anything lavish or overdone, just something small in my room. So, just in the school? Just us? That's right, just the three of us. If you like, I could ask Akira to come as well. Okay, you're only going for a week? 1 week or 2, yes. I promise it won't be any longer. Okay. Most people will be upset about hearing a friend's family member falling ill and having a party, but Hanako, it seems that both events are on the same level. Alright then, you look like you need a rest, Hanako, so might be best if we all went back to our rooms for now. You know that if you ever want anything, you can always talk to me or Isao, right? Lily's voice is pensive, has unusual edge for someone as confident in herself as she. I understand. Thank you, Lily. Isao. Well then, good night, Hanako. Night. I let out a long breath after the door closes behind us. Feels a little like I've been deep underwater, but only now that I've been able to come up for air. Lily doesn't seem to be doing well either. She looks pale and drawn. Are you alright? I'm just a little tired. It's been hectic recently. Have you slept at all? A little tired sounds like an understatement given how you look. I think I managed to get a couple of hours of sleep before class. I'll be okay. I feel bad about pressing Lily right now. I think both of us are pretty tired from everything that's happened as well. I think you should get some rest. It's been a big day, and staying up isn't too good for your complexion. Thank you for your concern, Hisao. Good night, then. I don't think she cares about her complexion, sir. Okay. Night, Lily. I leave Lily in the hallway as she opens the door to her room and begin taking my way to my own. As I walk down the quiet hallway, I can't get that image of Hanako out of my mind, huddled and pitiable. Lying helpless with tears on her cheeks, I began to think that she was just a normal, if extremely shy, person, but her problems run much deeper. Trying to take out our relationship further than what we share now, when she's so fragile and vulnerable, wouldn't be right. I don't need to be more than a friend to her in order to protect her, to try and stop anything like this happening ever again. The possibility of my feelings for her going well beyond that doesn't matter anymore. Hanako is precious to me. That's why I can't take advantage of her. But even so, there's still that sting I feel when I think that way. For now, I need to sleep. Tomorrow, hopefully, will be a better day. Nice. Don't take advantage of her. Please, don't take advantage of her. That'd be wrong, Hisao. We don't do that here. Hanako is more noticeable in her absence than when she's in the room. Oops. I feel her empty desk calling out to me. I find myself peering over my shoulder endlessly, hoping that I'm hallucinating and that Hanako will magically appear. Just make sure she's as small as a presence as possible when she attends class. And although she had been getting better recently, that fact never changed. Nobody ever pays her any heed in class, and now that she's not here, I don't notice her absence. It's as if she never existed. Lily did say that her skipping class wasn't an unusual thing before I met her, but it's still very off-putting. The bells heralding the end of school makes me jump in my seat. It's only now that I notice Misha is prodding me in the side with her mechanical pencil to get my attention. Hello, is anybody in there? Hey, stop that. Ha, there we are. Welcome back to Earthy-chan. What are you talking about? You keep on dozing off into space. I was beginning to think that you might be trying to contact alien life. I really didn't get much sleep last night, so I don't doubt Misha's words. I'm not sure whether it was due to my medicine's side effects, Hanako's panic attack yesterday, my worrying about her in general, or all three. I yawned tiredly before resting my chin in my palm, having been reminded how badly I slept. Hey, are you alright? Yesterday kinda rattled me as well. Yeah, I guess I wanted to speak to Hanako again, though. Did you see her last night? Yeah, Lily and I talked to her. This may sound weird, but can you tell Shizune thank you from both me and Lily? I know Lily didn't technically thank Shizune, but I could tell by her reaction last night that she wanted to. At least that's how it works out in my head. Oh, she blushed, but now she's pissed. I think what Shi-chan is trying to say is you're welcome. The furious signing that Shizune reddened cheeks reminded me that what she said is entirely different. Her blatantly flustered expression is amusing enough to make me chuckle. What's so funny, He-chan? Was it something we said? No, that's not it. I was simply thinking how cute Shizune can be at times. You're right. Shi-chan is really cute when she tries not to be. Sorry, I'm gonna cough. My throat is crazy right now. I notice that Misha decides not to sign her response to Shizune. Maybe Shizune's rage is enough of a counter to any quantity of cute. Nevertheless, Shizune quickly calms down and signs something else to Misha. Oh, okay. Shi-chan wants you to come and have dinner with us. Dinner, huh? Turning away from them a bit, lest I be swayed by their pleading smiles, I begin to mull it over. The invitation clearly is tempting. Takeaway dinner with two cute girls is not a bad thing after all. The thought of Hanako locked up in her room, though, keeps dancing on the edge of my mind. Sorry, I'll have to pass. Aww. Misha doesn't sign my response, but Shizune picks up on it easily enough and grimaces in disappointment. She moves her arms, assumedly beginning some of her either protest or coercion, but stops herself and taps Misha's shoulder twice. Once Misha gives Shizune her attention, the only statement Shizune has on the matter is a shrug. Oh well, it's your choice, He-chan. I promise I'll join you two another time, if that helps. Misha perks up at this, but Shizune doesn't share her reaction. With a flick of the head to signal for Misha to follow her way, Shizune simply raises her hand to silently wave me goodbye. Oh, that was sad. As the two make their way out of the door, I return the gesture until they're out of the sight. I didn't think they would be so disappointed. It makes me feel a little bad for ditching them. Yeah, you keep ditching them over and over again. It feels really shitty, and I don't like it. Still, I have things to do. The girls' dormitory is especially rowdy today, with a number of girls loudly playing games and watching television in the common room on the first floor. I can hear their voices, even now, standing in front of Hanako's door. Ooh, that's weird. It's an odd contrast to the emptiness... Oh, wait. They were saying that I was in front of Hanako's door, and I could still hear it. That's weird. It's an odd contrast to the... I thought they were making noise in front of Hanako's door. That was just weird. It's an odd contrast to the emptiness of the floor she's on. The voices from below make the emptiness feel all the more lonely. I had hopes Hanako would be in class today, especially after the talk Lily and I had with her last night. But I feel like I shouldn't hold it against her. It was a pretty awful episode, and to experience it firsthand must have been all the worse. Not knowing what state she's in, I take a small breath before giving a few sharp knocks on the brown door. All I could do now is stand and wait, doing my best not to feel anxious. As the seconds wear on, I begin to think she might be asleep and didn't hear me knocking. The door handle rattles a little bit before I can raise my hand to knock again, though. There she is. She's so cute. The door opens a sliver, an eye appearing in the gap just large enough for it to peer through. I'm sure this girl would install a peephole on her dormitory door, if only that such thing was allowed. I just stand and smile at her. I don't think words really would help me here after all. The act is returned in kind, with Hanako's wordlessly looking at me. The gap's not wide enough to see her expression. I can only guess what she's thinking. Time passes as we look at each other, the only sound being the disembodied gaiety from the ground floor. I'm not sure how long it takes, but eventually the eye moves away. I keep wondering whether she'll let me in or shut me out. shut me out until the door slowly begins to creak open. Girl, you're still in your pajamas? It's fucking 4 p.m. Now that I have a full view of her in her bedroom behind, first thing I notice is that Hanako's hair looks quite damp. She recently showered, which makes this even more obvious by the scent of shampoo wafting towards me. The look on her face seems one of curiosity, as she's not really sure what to make of me. Even so, I'm not really sure that's what she's thinking. Feels as if she's gone away for a long time, and having now returned, neither of us know what to say to one another. Hanako realizes she's staring, looking away awkwardly before turning to the side and gazing at her feet. I decide to take this as an invitation to step past her into the room, closing the door behind me as I do so. I can see her hands fiddling in the folds of an oversized gown that hangs from her shoulders. Try to concentrate on what I want to say, but the scent of her addles my senses. To my surprise, it's not me, but Hanako that breaks the silence. Why? Because, why did I come here? I was worried about Hanako, so I came to her room. She let me in, as I had hoped. And then, what? What did I mean to do? What did I mean to say? Why didn't I think this through before coming here? I want to make up for what I feel I caused, at least partly. I want to try and remove the distance I feel between us since then. And I want to see her happy. How can I do that when I don't know the first thing about her? I wonder if this is how Iwanako felt when she saw me lying in that sterile, pastel blue hospital bed. A deep sigh steadies my nerves a little, and ends my stammering. I don't think I've ever felt this nervous around someone before. When I'm like this, I don't think I can lie. Even if I bring myself to, Hanako would see through that right away. I don't know, I just wanted to see you, I guess. Her eyes lit up. Her fingers stopped moving, giving me a little surprise. Looking up to her face, she gives a sweet smile and a nod. That was a satisfactory answer for her. Since you're here, I'd like to play a game of chess with you. She has just a chess set in her room. I almost hang my head in disbelief that's all she wants to do. After I've been winding up myself so much, is play a game. Looking at her face, though, a tentative smile perched upon it, and I realized that this is more than that. She could not have bothered answering the door. She could have shut it in as soon as she saw my face. She could have asked me to leave. She could have rejected me at any points, but she didn't. Now, with this calm face, she wants me to play the same game that we played when we first really spent time alone with each other. A feeling of relief washes over me. Everything will be alright. Hanako has let me into her world. As long as we can be together like this, I think everything will be alright. It would be my pleasure. We just sleep at... Alright. That's just a weird time to sleep.